What's good, everybody? It's your main girls, Mel
and Amanda, the sisters.
Not twins. Far from it. I gotta say, the longer I have my bob, the more different I realize our routines really are.
So in this video, we thought it'd be really interesting if we showed you a side-by-side comparison when blowing out long curly hair versus short curly hair.
Plus tips for all hair, because I am the stylist here. Amanda's more of the,
The average Joe.
The average Joe doing her hair at home.
Just like you.
Throughout this video, I do guide her a little bit because we're here to guide you. So we're gonna discuss the products, sectioning,
compare timing, and the different attachments we like to use using the Dyson Airwrap to blow out both of our hair.
We're so excited to be working with Dyson on this video, so that way you could really see the comparison of short versus long
and how this tool works for truly every hair type.
So without further ado,
let's get to it.
So my hair is freshly washed, not conditioned, but I did towel dry, and I think I girl bossed a little too close to the sun because it's a little too dry. Now I'm gonna apply this hair strengthener. It's giving K18 dupe. It's not like a really cheap dupe, but it is almost half the price of K18. And it adds heat protection. And that is 3 pumps I'm going to apply all over my head. The amount of product you apply is definitely going to vary depending on your hair's length to make sure every strand gets some love and protection. So if your hair is on the finer side and easily weighed down, just make sure you use a product that is suitable for your hair texture that won't make you look greasy. Me and my sis have never had this issue because our hair is curly and quite dry. So these are just some of the products that we're using, but I will put other recommendations in a blog post found in the description box below, where you will find links to products that I recommend. Just tap the button that says more.
So to prep my hair, I made sure to give it a good wash. I used a detox clarifying shampoo, and then I did follow up with a hydrating hair mask. And to prep my hair straight out of the shower, I did apply the Living Proof Triple Bond Complex. Now this is the same exact product Mel used, but I of course used a little bit more than she did. I probably used about 4 to 6 pumps of this in my entire head.
Now I'm going to apply a styler. This is a styling cream that will also add a little bit of hold, and it's also bond building and adds more heat protectant. I think I have officially finished this. This is the Aveda Botanical Repair Bond Building Styling Cream. I just love finishing products. This will be added to my empties immediately. Please note that these are the extra steps and precautions that we especially take as people with curly hair, because there's nothing more devastating than damaging your hair texture. But there is always that added layer of assurance and insurance when using the Dyson Airwrap, because it does not style with extreme heat. Unlike other dryers and stylers, Dyson uses intelligent heat control to measure the temperature of the tool over 40 times a second, constantly controlling the heating element to make sure it does not exceed extreme heat, therefore already preventing hair damage. But we will do the most in this house. And as you should be if you're curly. It's what I recommend. Because Amanda's hair is quite coarse, she does need to use a cream as well, and this is gonna help to give her hair some weight. Now keep in mind, her hair is quite long, so she is already going to have weight. She has gravity working on her side. And so she was really focused on a lot of volume that she would want to avoid the roots with products like these. And of course, brushing everything through. And maybe use a volumizing product in the root. That could be a mousse or a volume spray. But since her hair naturally has a lot of volume and is more dry, she's going in with cream. And those ends have been on her head for a very long time. She's gonna apply one more product, and that is a hair oil before blow drying. This is one that can go on damp. It also provides some heat protection. So she's really just layering all of that in, and she's gonna work this through her mids and ends and anywhere that is exceptionally dry, so it further keeps the shine on her hair. When you're blow drying the hair, you're evaporating the moisture out of it, and using products like these, especially like an oil, will help to keep some of that moisture in, keeping the hair nice and hydrated. As a bonus, Amanda will also apply this section by section so she can truly get the silkiest results. On that note, let's discuss sectioning. Sectioning wise, typically if you have shorter hair and less hair, you can take less sections. For my bob moment, I'm going to be taking 4. The top section of my head in this horseshoe shape along the parietal ridge. Then just below that in the midsection of my head, I'm going to split this between the left and the right side. And then this very back underneath section at the nape of your head underneath the occipital bone. Generally, as a rule of thumb, since the head changes shape, which not exactly, it is round, but as there are different planes, your sections should divide these things because the hair is growing out of the head differently on the sides versus how it's going to fall on the top. So we want to style these sections differently. A bigger head means more sections, so we did 6 sections on Amanda. This is also just gonna make it easier for her to get all of her long hair without having a mental breakdown. Now that all the prep work, very important prep work, is done, we can finally start to hairstyle. Now we are both going to get right into the smoothing, but if you do not have textured hair and you are on the straighter end of strands, you do not have to start smoothing out your hair when it is really wet. Curly hair needs to be wet, but you can rough dry with this tool. This is the 2-in-1 Kawanda smoothing dryer, and this is just your regular blow dryer. It is actually best that you use this attachment to dry your hair to at least 80% dry before you start trying to blow it out and give it all kinds of fancy shapes, because that will save you time. For me and mine, we would actually start out with the firm smoothing brush. This is the one you want to use if your hair is thicker and coarser, which Amanda will definitely be using. There is the soft smoothing brush with the balls on the ends to be more gentle on the hair and scalp. This will be better for weaker, finer textures. Or curly and coily hair could even use the wide tooth comb attachment, which you can get separately or in the curly coily edition of the Dyson Airwrap. This is very easy to use and great if you're not really looking to go super smooth, but more of a stretched out look. I want to look smooth and silky. And so at the very least, we're going to start with the smoothing brush. But for maximum tension, you will see me bump it up to the round brush. The round volumizing brush has these long, fine bristles to help direct air deep into the hair. And this will not only create tension to shape the hair as it dries, but it will also give lots of body. I myself am going to use the smaller round volumizing brush because some of these hairs back here are super, super short. And this will be the best tool to really get in there and get every hair. But on longer hair, like my C-stair, the longer your hair is, the bigger sections you can take. That is, if you're using a bigger tool as well. So in addition to the firm smoothing brush, Amanda's also going to utilize the large round volumizing brush, which is also available in the curly coily edition of the Airwrap. This brush head will give less of a curl to the hair. That will give more of a straight style with those flippy ends. Making sure the hair is nice and wet to start. You might think it's counterintuitive, but if your curly hair already starts to dry in its curled state, it's going to be so much harder to smooth out. You're going to require more heat. And we're trying to avoid using a lot of heat. We're trying to style with intense airflow powered by the Dyson Digital Motor V9. Thank you. Shall we? I have this dinosaur here, and I'm going to set the stopwatch so we can time how long my blowout takes. Start. Thing down and start moving.
Okay.
Amanda, like this is a race. Imagine this is a race.
Which one am I doing?
Have a sense of urgency. The firm smoothing brush, yes. The smoothest results will come when you focus on 2 things. The first is tension, to make sure you're actually really getting a good grip on the hair, as well as making sure the hair is completely dry. So we're working swiftly and making sure we dry that root area first. It's so important to smooth out those root curls, and then following through with our motions through the end. So you'll see on Amanda's side, she is consistently bringing the brush all the way through to her ends. If I may critique her, I will say that she could use a little more tension. When she wraps the hair around the brush before smoothing down, she got a much smoother result. To be fair, it's a little bit more challenging when the hair is so much longer. As you can see me working through my sections like a breeze. You'll have an easier time smoothing out the hair if your sections aren't too big. A good sign to make sure you're not taking too much hair at once is that the bristles on the brush actually poke through the section. If they don't, you have too much hair and you're not fully gonna smooth each and every strand evenly. So while you might think it's more work, make sure you take smaller sections because it will actually save you in the long run. And I hope you don't call us out for cheating, but I did have to step in when Amanda's arms were hurting.
My arms hurt.
Her arms hurt. Now it's the home stretch. We're working through the top section and we're blow drying everything up because we want the most amount of volume and we want the hair to really be able to flip wherever we want to wear it. So if you're looking for maximum volume, make sure that you are not just pulling the hair upwards, but even directing it towards your face, as when this hair falls back, because it will have even more volume when it falls back into its natural position. So 18 minutes and I have blow dried my head dry. Smooth with volume. Now the hair needs to be fully dry if you want it to at all whatsoever stay smooth. If you want it to stay in a curl, if you have added a lot of curl with your blowout, then you want the hair to fully cool before you brush it out. So I am just gonna let this sit for just a second. If I really wanted long-lasting curls, I would have actually set each section in a roller right after blow drying it while it was still hot, so it could hold, cool, dry, stay in place, and that would really help everything stay in place. But I'm not going for a strong round brush look. I'm just looking for a soft, voluminous, flippy blowout.
And the grand total is 43 minutes.
Amanda,
Which is honestly,
how does that happen?
it's not that bad.
Well, it's not great. And we still have to finish the hair.
I bet if I did this more often, I bet it would take me a fewer amount of time, but I don't do this very often, so.
The curl is very strong.
Yeah, and also I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to blowing out my hair. My arms aren't quite used to it.
They're not conditioned.
They don't have
for
conditioning for blowouts of this nature with this much hair, but it looks pretty good.
And now I'm actually gonna take some hair oil just to fully smooth and add a little bit of extra shine to everything, but you can actually already see that the shine, the integrity of my hair is still intact. When you use extreme heat, you really dehydrate the hair. Really dry hair will look dull and feel brittle and have low elasticity, meaning it will easily snap and break. But also using extreme heat is going to damage the proteins in your hair that give it its strength and also help hold on to your color. Now for final finishing, if you tend to struggle with a lot of frizz and flyaways, you want to take the Kawanda smoothing dryer and flip the nozzle from the regular blow dry side, spin it, and now we have activated the flyaway attachment. I want to set the air wrap to the coolest air setting, especially if I have set in a curl, because I don't want to re-add heat to reactivate the hair bonds, to reform into a new shape. I want to lock everything in place on a cool shot and gently gliding it down the canopy of my hair. This is such an underrated attachment, but if you really struggle with flyaways and looking frizzy, do use this. And then once everything is smoothed and tucked into place, I could use a hairspray because oil is not for everybody. Again, if you're someone whose hair gets easily weighed down, then a hair oil may not be for you. You might actually just need to use something with more hold, like a hairspray, or use both. I would recommend using a hair oil, and I'm using the Virtue Healing Oil. Using that before your hairspray. That way you can really smooth, add shine, brush through the hair as needed, just like I have done. Now that I love how it's sitting, I would lock it in place with hairspray if I didn't want it to move. I will not be doing that right now, but if I did do that, it would help create a shell, this protective coating over the hair with film-forming polymers that will help to lock the style in place, make it feel a little bit crunchy, yes, which is why you may not always want to use hairspray, only as needed.
Finally, some more oil. I know, I use a lot of oil. My hair loves it. And this one's really nice because it absorbs really nicely into the hair. This will also help protect my hair once I go outdoors and all of those fun things in the winter.
Spring, summer, fall. That is a tip for all. Alternatively, if your hair is super fine and you're struggling with volume in the roots, you can apply a dry shampoo while your hair is clean right now to be preventative and stop the hair from looking greasy once the oils start producing. But only do that if your hair gets really oily really fast, and if your hair is on the finer and thinner side. That is literally never my issue until post day 5. So I'm going to keep this hair as clean as possible with my fresh scalp. Personally, I only used to blow out my hair once a year or so because it would take so long and so much effort. But nowadays, it literally takes me 18 minutes and I can achieve this look. And even though it ruffles some feathers, or should I say frizzes some curls, not everybody is happy that I have been doing this a little bit more frequently. Obviously, I always love my curls, but I do love this look as well, and it has not affected the health of my curls. And as long as the health of my hair is not affected, I shall proceed. And I've been doing this for 5 years using my Dyson blow dryers without compromising the health of my hair, and I think that says a lot. Look at the movement. What am I influencing you on? The bob? The Dyson? Maybe both? Definitely both. Now that you have seen both of our blow dry routines, Who do you relate to more? Let us know. I hope you found this video helpful. This is, as a disclaimer, my second day with 0 touch-ups. I actually usually have to touch it up, but I didn't have to. All I did was comb it out in the morning, kind of wake it up, and this is where I'm at. That's Amanda's hair.
This is probably the best blowout I've had in a while. Maybe it's because now my hair
and healthier.
My hair is healthier now because I have gone back to dark hair and it's not bleached and things like that. So that could be another reason why. But I'm really, really happy with this blowout.
What is that? Sounds like a sign to go a little bit closer to your natural color. Just saying. Your hair will thank you for it. And as for this video, we thank you for watching. We thank Dyson for working with us yet again on this video. Hope you found it very helpful.
And if you want to check out the Dyson Airwrap, we will leave a link where you can learn more about the product and all of the different models that are available for different hair types. Again, we use the Dyson Airwrap Complete Long Diffuse, and if you have curly hair, I think you're gonna really like this one as well because it does come with the diffuser
attachment.
Game changing.
Okay, twin, I feel like we need to go and take some updated straight hair headshots.
That we do.
Our hair isn't always the same.
And our color is very similar too.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, look at us.
Look at us. Who would have thunk?
Who would have thought we were sisters?
Who would have thunk?
Anywho's.
Until next time, this has been your main girls, Mel
And Amanda.
and we're out.
Peace.
Okay. How's my? Okay. Here's my teeth. Here's my teeth.
You're good.
Okay, I need a gloss. After I eat. I haven't eaten. My hair does though.
God.
Okay. I don't like the smell of it.
Don't smell it.
Maybe it's you.
Don't
Maybe you've just used it a little too much. I put my mic this way because I feel like it's less of an eyesore. They're so ugly. Just shut up and go.
We're gonna use Mel's ancient dinosaur time. Who thinks that we can beat Mel's time of 18?
Amanda, there is not.
I wish there was a day that I would be able to.
Maybe if I tried doing it for you, but you doing your own hair,
Absolutely not.
there is nothing in the world could save you.
No.
Should I try?
What's up, everybody? This is your main girl, Mel's
Sister?
If you don't know me, I am she, but older and wiser
Older,
and prettier.
not wiser. I wouldn't say wiser.
I am wiser.
Okay, well, you're wider. How about that?
You are, actually. All right, let's do this thing.
Amanda, they want to see my day 2 hair. Hold on.
Nobody wants to know.
I haven't done anything. Nothing. I'll smack you.
What's good, everybody? I'm going to show you how it's done on long hair.